The city's alive. Clock strikes 12. We're ready to dive down the street where the neon hums. Our little escape. The workday succumbs. Tables wait. The bar's got that swing. Glasses clink. Hear the ice cubes sing. Liquid lunch. Pour it smooth. Let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass. Let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch. We're living for today. There's Troy laughing with his gin and a grin, telling stories about where he's been. Boomer's got whiskey, he's loosening his tie, chasing dreams under a midday sky. The bartender knows us, he's mixing with flair. Every sip's a moment we're happy to share. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. The clock don't matter, we're lost in the vibe. Jazz in the air, feel the soul come alive. From martinis to bourbon, we're riding the wave. Stealing this hour, it's the freedom we crave. Sun's still shining, but we're in our zone. This bar's our shelter, our temporary home. One more round before the world calls us back. Savor the moment, keep the blues in the rack. We'll laugh and we'll toast till the afternoon fades. Memories made in these liquid escapades. Liquid lunch, pour it smooth, let it flow. Friends round the table where the good times grow. Raise a glass, let the worries slip away. Liquid lunch, we're living for today. So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun. Our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon. Chasing that jazz under the high noon.
Okay, don't know what happened there. Sorry about that, folks. Salute and welcome. Just want to get the stream shared out because looking like a lot of you didn't get the word that I was going live today. I'm having a little bit of a struggle today. Not least of which because a little bit of stress when you're going to be traveling. Trying to get everything set up to keep the channel moving. This is a terrible landscape for YouTubers right now. I was just listening to Culture, and he's seeing a lot of the same things that I am, and I'm sure all the channels are. A great deal of you hear about algorithm suppression across the board. It is not just small channels, big channels, whatever. It's literally everybody. And a big part of it is all of this AI slop that's just getting pushed out there. These texts created by AI with AI voices and AI art. And I think that there's very little human interaction involved in the creation of the content. And these channels are just pumping out crap, and it's filling up everybody's feeds. So none of the creators are actually getting seen. Even if the algorithm is working the way it's supposed to. It's very disheartening. On top of that, every day I check my analytics and I see I have to, because I always have to update the closing credits, and I know I'm going to lose gifted memberships after a month. The chances that somebody sticks is low. It is marketing. It's a hope that we get someone in, they check out the channel, they enjoy what they see. Yeah, like Geek Flag with Nate Knows says, like, share, comment, subscribe. If you were gonna gift a membership of, if you were gonna give a super chat of $5 or more, make it a gifted membership. Try to get some people to join, but between that and like I said, there's channels that become members and then their channel disappears. So I have a month where I see a blank spot where their name was, and that's because the channel is no longer there. I can't tag them. They just don't exist as a channel anymore. So a member gets taken away from me, and now a couple of members that have been with me from the beginning, I don't know, didn't re-up or didn't think I was worth 15 cents a day. Even though I often still see them in the chat. But guys, remember, if I'm not worth 15 cents a day, am I at least worth 7 cents a day? 7 cents, for coming together and sharing a drink with you at lunchtime. I don't know. I'm going to MegaCon this week to hang out with some of the big boys in a bit of a YouTube rah-rah, but I need it because I'm not sure what it's going to take to keep this viable. Not doing too good today, guys. Just gonna admit it to you. Although I had forgotten completely, it is St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day. Thank you for that, Big Al Presents. Have a great show, Troy, and you and Netter have a safe trip to MegaCon. Yes, as soon as the stream ends. I actually realized I didn't have a clip ready to go for next Monday. I got to get that together before I get going. So that's another stress. I want to get on the road. I feel like I'm already starting late today. Netter says, hello, my love, can't stay in the chat. Got to finish up the packing. Yep, I can hear her upstairs running around. I super appreciate her. She is the biggest supporter. She really, really is. Jonathan Conroy says, hail all, smash the like button and enjoy the show. Yes, I would very much like you to enjoy the show. Having a hard time getting up the gusto to make it as enjoyable a show as I think you deserve, but I'm trying. I absolutely am trying. So Tuesday is the day I really look to you guys to see what your thoughts are, see what you'd like to talk about. Not many of you here today, though, I'm afraid. So if there's anybody who's got any current thoughts that they would like to hear me talk about, feel free to throw that out. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Yeah, we were watching National Lampoon's Vacation last night on the members stream, those members that were able to make it. Let me go ahead and share my screen. This is a topic that we talked about yesterday. This was one of the things I was musing about. And there's been an update on this. Welcome, Mark Melnikoff. Good to see you. So David Lindelof backtracks hard on Lantern's comments after Grant Morrison blasts him. Grant Morrison and every Green Lantern fan, he got spanked. He got spanked. Let's get into that a little bit. And the actor who's playing Stewart, does he have green eyes? I mean, he's definitely got. They might be hazel. He should probably be wearing green contact lenses. That would really do it for me. Jonathan Conroy says, so sick of the foul weather. Had 2 days of nice 60-degree weather, now 21 degrees. Yes, same here. We got up to, we got a nice thaw. And then Sunday night, overnight, it snowed, dropped below freezing, so it's stuck. So it's still all white out there. And we are at 19 degrees. 19 degrees. Now, the nice thing is that after traveling for an hour or two south, the weather starts getting warmer. So we will see. You notice how Sarah Michelle Gellar and Chloe Zhao are telling two different stories about why the Buffy reboot was canceled. Yeah, if you have an article about that or an article about each one of them, go ahead and shoot that off to Boomer for Sunday. He may want to do a follow-up on that, but send it to him directly. Geek Flag with Nate knows one of our correspondents in the field. Very much so. Actually, any one of you could be a correspondent in the field for Geeky Geezers. If you see an article that you think we either haven't commented on, that you think we may not have noticed, or whatever comes up in the week, you want to shoot that to us, just send it to us directly, either on X or email, or however you want to get that to us. That would be awesome. So yeah, let's dig into this a little bit. Damon Lindelof is suddenly singing a very different tune about lanterns and how it connects to the very Green Lantern lore that he recently insulted. You know, it would be a good step in the right direction? Change the name of the show from Lanterns to Green Lanterns. Just saying. That would be very much up there like the Sony reacting to the Sonic the Hedgehog backlash and redesigning their CG model for Sonic. That had a big impact. The fans were like, "Yes, we are heard." You know, something that fans are starving for right now. After casually dismissing one of the most iconic elements of Green Lantern lore as stupid, the Lantern's writer is now walking it all the way back following public criticism from legendary DC comic writer Grant Morrison. And make no mistake, this isn't a subtle clarification. It's a full-blown retreat. Okay, when I saw the original title, I was thinking, yeah, he was going to say, oh, I didn't mean it. I was just joking. We'll see. The entire controversy started when Lindelof joked about the upcoming HBO series, saying it's called Lanterns because we all agreed that green was stupid. That line immediately raised eyebrows, and not just from fans. It reinforced a growing concern that the creative team behind Lanterns might not actually respect the core mythology of the Green Lantern. Enter Grant Morrison. Morrison didn't dance around the issue. He went straight at the mindset behind Lindelof's comment. TV writer and producer Damon Lindelof comments notwithstanding the green in Green Lanterns. Green is stupid, Morrison wrote. He followed that up with a question that cuts to the heart of the problem. Why does a writer attach himself to this kind of a narrative if he thinks it's fundamentally stupid? And then came the warning that likely hits hardest. The only people who give an F about the Lanterns TV series are Green Lantern fans. Why alienate them at the start? Thank you. Thank you. You could do this with anything, with Star Wars, Star Trek, any of our fandoms, you know? Yeah, I'm not sure how the color can be stupid, but it's the original color from the comics. So it is what it is. Yes. Yes, absolutely. And over the years, it has become more important as they introduced other colors to the spectrum and they all were connected to different emotions. If you don't understand that lore to begin with, you shouldn't be running the show. One of my first DC comic books I picked up was Green Lantern. Yeah. Yeah. This will cost too much money because this show is in the can. That would cost too much money because the show is already in the can. They would have to do reshoots and redo. They wouldn't have to do any reshoots. They would not have to do a single reshoot. All they would have to do is change opening and closing credits. That's all they would need to do. And they could do that very, very easily. This is all digital now. It's not like they have to splice film or anything like that. But if what you mean is inject the special effects that, make it a Green Lantern thing, that, yes, you're absolutely right. This whole show would need to be scrapped. But I'm just talking about the rebrand, is all I'm saying. Call it Green Lantern. That wasn't just criticism, it was a direct challenge to Lindelof and the entire creative philosophy behind the show. Now, after Morrison's comments started circulating, Lindelof has taken to Instagram with what can only be described as damage control. Yeah, I should think so. Ooh, this is a block of text, but I guess we have to dig into it in order to really give it its due. So let's get to it. I have upset Grant Morrison, which means I have now pissed off most of the brilliant British Scottish comic writers that I grew up idolizing. I quote the bard Otis Redding, "This is nobody's fault but mine." I'm not going to say there's anything incorrect about what he's saying here, but I think it's still it comes off still a little bit weak because I have now pissed off most of the brilliant British Scottish comics writers that I grew up idolizing. You pretty much pissed off all comic book writers, whether you idolized them or not, and all comic book fans, whether you acknowledge them or not. That was by narrowing that down. I'm not willing to give a whole lot of leeway on this. I made a dumb joke. See, I see it. I made a dumb joke on a comedy podcast. So he's already downplaying what he said in the first place. I'm not going to bob and weave about context. The joke was dumb. The fandom is not. I owe them an explanation and a genuine reflection on my actual feelings. Okay, let's get into it. I'm listening. The very first time I appeared on a Comic-Con panel was for the Lost pilot, back in the summer of 2004. I wore my favorite t-shirt and I had long grown out of my favorite underoos. See, that joke doesn't really land either, because now you're basically saying, underoos are for kids, comics are for kids, these characters are for kids, and I outgrew them. You're not winning any points with me here. Those being the uniform of Hal Jordan, Green Lantern of Sector 2814. Ooh, you read a Wikipedia page. For a quiet, uncoordinated kid, there was nothing cooler than a hero whose superpower was his imagination. Kind of like a writer, right? Green Lantern should be the patron superhero of writers, if you understand your craft, and Green Lantern. And green is not stupid. It is my lifelong favorite color, and I have a questionnaire that I filled out in 3rd grade to prove it. Green is effing awesome. Wow. Okay. It's not the whether or not you like the color. We don't give a flying F if you like the color or not. It's because it wasn't the color that you were really insulting. It was the idea of Green Lantern that you were insulting. More importantly, it would be a betrayal of everyone I worked for and alongside to say anything other than I was absolutely honored to be a part of the team that manifested the incredible construct that is lanterns. Because it was. I was sloppy and careless with my words. Ironic considering I care so much about Hal, John, and the entire Corps. I can and will do better to be worthy of the oath. Until then, I'll let the show speak for itself, and I can't wait for you all to hear what it has to say. Yeah, if you're counting on the show to speak for you, you're probably not going to be earning any more points with us. So I just read it, so we don't need to go through all of that. The same green he previously joked was stupid, and it suddenly is his lifelong favorite color. If this all feels a little convenient, that's because it is. Morrison's broader criticism wasn't just about one comment. It was about a pattern. That's true. He doesn't even acknowledge that. He is apologizing for one joke. What he's not apologizing for is the message that joke sent. I think he believes he is, but he's not. And he's not apologizing for what he needs to be apologizing for, and that is the overall industry's derision of the things we love. They're literally working on undermining the things we love and not taking it seriously. That's what he should be apologizing for. He argued that Hollywood repeatedly hands major comic book properties to creators who seem embarrassed by the very concept that made those stories successful in the first place. I don't feel like that so-called apology addresses this at all, because yes, that is the main point. And what does Lindelof's response actually prove? That when the backlash hits, especially when it comes from someone like Morrison, the tune changes fast. Yeah, but not the way, it doesn't put it any closer to being back on key. It changes, but not significantly better. Lindelof also attempted to position himself as a longtime fan of the character, leaning heavily on personal history and nostalgia. Yeah, so we just read that. And finally, he closes with a promise, I can and will do better to be worthy of the oath. Too late? Here's the problem. Fans didn't just react to a joke. They reacted to what the joke revealed. You don't accidentally call a foundational piece of the franchise stupid. That's not a slip of the tongue. That's how you actually think about it. Exactly. And Morrison clearly recognizes that immediately. This isn't about one bad line on a podcast. It's about trust. Because if the people steering lanterns don't fully buy into the mythology, why should the audience? Lindelof can post apologies, talk about childhood fandom, and suddenly declare that green is awesome, but the damage is already done. And Morrison said it best, whether Lindelof wants to admit it or not. Why does a writer attach himself to this kind of a narrative if he thinks it's fundamentally stupid? Yeah, that question isn't going away, and it hasn't been responded to. It hasn't. And real quick, I want to give attribution one more time before I see him this week to Marvin Montanaro. I really respect the heck out of this guy. Just shared out on X his most recent video on the M3 podcast talking about the interview that what's her name, Snow Off-White recently just gave, but I can't remember that girl's name. It's not worth remembering, to be honest. But his video absolutely is worth seeing, so go check that out. Let's see. You guys have had some things to say here. Yeah, it cost too much. That's where I left off. I am a purist. Other than Sinestro, I do not recognize other colored lanterns. Yeah, I get it. But if you are going to accept green and yellow, let's think that technology through a little bit, huh? I mean, there is a whole visible spectrum, right? And I think one thing that we've really missed that needs to be developed in the lore is the character of F. Sharp Bell. What kind of a lantern are you if you can't see? There is no visible light, so you don't have a sense of vision on your planet, right? Maybe a certain tone of a bell might be your tool by which you create your constructs. I would love to see how that plays in. To paraphrase Gary Oldman in The Professional, he pissed off everyone. Yes, exactly. They should ask all potential writers who, apart from Scott, Jordan, Gardner, or Stewart, is their favorite Green Lantern. If they can't answer, don't hire them. Everyone's going to say Kilowog, though. I would assume. So this, because I always saw a Kilowog as being the Green Lantern equivalent of R. Lee Ermey. That's just my take on him. So this guy's apology so far is just digging him a deeper grave. It's not making it better. I'm not sure how much it makes it worse other than to say he's offering a non-apology. So, I mean, that could be digging a deeper grave, but it's not that much deeper. It's already pretty deep. I'm not even going to bother watching this Lanterns. Exactly. And I think that's true for most fans. That was it. Rachel Zegler, yeah. I didn't really care that much to remember her name. Just came home from my car radiator hose coming loose multiple times. Boy, was that frustrating. Yeah, I get that. If you are going to have radiator problems, I guess cold weather is probably the time to do it. You can probably get a decent distance closer to home or to a repair shop in cold weather than you can in the middle of summer. I remember I was on a long road trip with my uncle one time. I was in the back seat. and we're driving along. Air conditioning's on. Windows are closed. We're moving at a pretty fair clip. All of a sudden, underneath the hood, there was a pop, and suddenly the whole cabin was filled with smoke. We were just in smoke, and it wasn't like burning gas or anything like that. It was radiator coolant atomized in the air, which is really no bueno for the lungs. But pulled over, got out of the car, all of us hacking. The upper radiator hose had burst, spraying coolant all over the engine block. The intake pulled that air directly into the cabin and filled it up. And, whew, that was no bueno. Had that with a power steering line, double hose clamps, fixed that. There you go. Yeah, that's right. This was the same moron who effed up Game of Thrones, right? One of the two? No. Damon Lindelof. No, that wasn't. That was two other guys. Sorry. My apologies. That's right. Welcome, Jamie Lynn. Good to see you. Connie just got here. Welcome, Connie. Good to see you. And I think that catches us up on our comments. Again, I'm not going to bother with promos because there's nothing to promo this week. And I'm not feeling like doing much promotion these days. It's hard, guys. It really is. I'm still struggling. So let's, unless of course somebody has thoughts about either this or some other bit of news that's going on that you'd like to talk about or that you'd like to share about, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the one other thing. Oh, this does not come as any kind of a surprise to me. I think we predicted this. Disney already returning to divisive children's social issues with new chairman of Entertainment TV. I'm pretty sure that Nate was agreeing with me strongly when I said something about Iger stepping down isn't gonna really change anything. You know, old boss same as the new boss, or new boss same as the old boss, however you want to put it. But we'll get into it in a second. Let me real quick say hi to some people that have just recently dropped in here. No, Dave is the guy who screwed up the Watchmen TV show. Oh God, that was terrible. That was an ill-conceived idea anyway. But yeah, that's right. This week, join Big Al Presents and Deleted Scenes for Films with Friends. Cue The Winged Serpent. Yes, please do that. That would be, yes. And welcome Power Ranger Donnie. He says, hello, Troy and all, and happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope everyone is well. I hope you are doing well too, Donnie. Pretty much tuned out on anything that's coming out of Hollywood. Yeah. I did just come from a really funny play last night for my mom's birthday. It was called Hallmarked, a semi-satire of Hallmark movies that ends up having a Hallmark ending. Well, of course, and as well it should. I understand. Speaking of Walt Disney Company, 1 week more till the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special? Oh my gosh, first, I can't believe it's been 20 years. Holy crap. Across Disney Plus and Hulu, a new trailer for it debuted this morning. You're hyped for it. Good. I liked the show. I really did. I can't imagine what they're going to do with a special for it. because let's face it, Miley Cyrus is a very different person than she was when she did the show. Would her father be involved in it? I'm not even really sure what their relationship is like these days. That could be very, very strange. But yes, I agree with you. Defund Disney. We'll get back to it. After the Oscar fiasco, I can't wait for the show to go to YouTube to get roasted in real time. Yeah, I'm with you. I am with you. Yeah, live theater, there's nothing like it, and I kind of miss it myself, to be honest with you. And hail to Wallace Lang. I am still very upset that with Disney, for getting rid of all of Warner Brothers programs on ABC television network in the mid 1990s. Gotcha. Was that before or after the buyout when they picked up 20th Century? Not sure. Yes, Troy, 100% agree with you about Bob Iger. Stepping down wasn't going to change anything at Disney. And the board would have to change as well. Yeah. I think you did say that at the time. I don't think I mentioned the board. But in the larger sense, I was pretty much agreeing with you because the people in charge need to change. It's not just Iger. He put the people in charge. Him stepping down, that flywheel is still spinning. I still need to see Shakespeare in his full glory on stage. We have the Utah Shakespeare Festival this summer, though tickets are expensive. I would imagine they are. We had a mentor with a big boom across northeast Ohio and Pennsylvania about 9 a.m. this morning. Interesting. Oh, meteor. We had a meteor with a big boom. Oh, well, that's interesting. Do you know if it actually landed? Did it be? Is there a meteorite, or is it just something that blew up in the atmosphere and burned up? ABC still does air one show that is co-produced by Warner Brothers Television about Abbott Elementary, also co-produced by 20th Television. Never heard of the show. Before 20th Century buyout, after Cap City's ABC buyout. Okay. So it sounds to me like if I was to guess, I would guess that the original reason that Disney pulled the content was in preparation of the buyout or to push the buyout. But they really have not done what they needed to do with the entire back catalog of 20th century content that they got a hold of. They have so mismanaged what should have put them in the top streaming place. They should be head and shoulders above Netflix right now, and they absolutely are not. They never have done the very simplest, basic things they needed to do to be successful. Who knows? Maybe with Iger and Kennedy gone, there will be some change, though the likeliness of any good change is very low. Well, let's get to this, and I'll give you a little vision of why I really don't think so. Disney already returning to divisive children's social issues with new chairman of Entertainment TV. Dana Walden was a horrible choice. This was never going to be in any way positive. Almost forever CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Iger, is stepping down this week, and the new leadership is filling in the vacuum. After Wall Street moguls helped guide the company towards picking Josh D'Amaro as his replacement, they also sought to quell possible concerns from Hollywood and ideological creatives by giving Dana Walden, close friend of former Vice President Kamala Harris, total control over everything media entertainment. Now, Walden is making an early move that is likely to worry those same Wall Street investors interested in moderating the company's politics and getting out of divisive kids' content. Enter Deborah O'Connell. This comes from Scott Gustin. Disney is restructuring Disney's entertainment under incoming President and Chief Creative Officer Dana Walden, uniting streaming, film, TV, and games. Deborah O'Connell will serve in a new role as chairman of Disney Entertainment Television. O'Connell is a longtime senior executive at at Walt Disney Company. Excuse me, that was a major slip. With nearly 3 decades of experience, primarily in television operations, sales, news, and entertainment network. As of March 16th, 2026, she serves as chairman of Disney Entertainment Television, a newly created role in a major company restructuring. She oversees the business and operations of Disney U.S. television portfolio, including ABC Entertainment, Disney Brand Television, Hulu Originals, 20th Television, National Geographic Content, FX, ABC News, and ABC-owned television stations, plus related ad sales and platform distribution for television properties. She continues to supervise ABC News operations and reports to Dana Walden, who was elevated to President and Chief Creative Officer of Disney Entertainment under incoming CEO Josh D'Amaro. Surely then, Deborah O'Connell must be quite the person to be elevated to a brand new position created just under Dana Walden, right? After all, she's now overseeing all of Disney's news division, original television, and is essentially in charge of all media content, not theatrical or gaming. Well, I sounded a little bit like Grace Randolph there. Well, what if we told you that O'Connell is also someone who, according to her LinkedIn profile, was partnered in the past with GLSEN and GLAD, both in campaigns regarding children. Yeah. GLSEN in particular touts its Safe School Improvement Act as the signature legislation it is trying to have turned into law. The legislation is often seen as a Trojan horse effort to codify into federal grant money the requirement that children of all biological backgrounds be able to play in any sport they wish, effectively destroying women's sports. At a time when Disney is reportedly trying to get away from socio-political issues in family content, Dana Walden is promoting someone into a brand new role who seems well aligned to undermine Wall Street's goals. This promotion unifies Disney's television brands under one leader amid a broader reorganization that folds streaming studios, TV, and games into an expanded Disney entertainment segment. In her internal memo, O'Connell emphasized collaboration. One of the greatest privileges of working for... Oh, sorry about that. Where were we? One of the greatest privileges of working for Walt Disney Company is the ability to serve alongside exceptionally talented people across every team and facet of our work. The creativity, innovation, and collaboration I've witnessed throughout my nearly 3 decades with the company continue to inspire me every day. She also noted being energized and humbled by the team shaping the future through storytelling. Yeah, storytelling like the Buzz Lightyear movie. Exactly. Her direct reports in the new structure include executives such as Craig Erwich, now also overseeing 20th Television alongside ABC Entertainment and Hulu Originals, Io Davis, Courtney Monroe, Rita Farrow, and platform distribution leadership with ABC News and station heads continuing in place. O'Connell joined Disney Television Division in 1999 after starting sales and marketing at ABC Radio. She built her career through progressive roles focused on local stations, national sales, advertising, and operations. And it kind of goes through her history here. Deeply involved in industry and community organizations. Chairman and board of Television Bureau and Advertising. Leadership roles in IRTS Foundation. Advisory board member for Ryan Seacrest Foundation, board member for the Broadway Association, advisory board, League of Women Voters, New York City, and active supporter of Disney volunteers and civil rights social action initiatives. She has been recognized in lists like Variety 500 and Cable Fact's Most Powerful Women in Cable. Her work spans traditional TV, streaming adaptation, and local to national leadership. All of this to say, if you are thinking that Disney is ready to abandon socio-political messaging in family content, maybe hold off on getting on betting that way. It looks as if Dana Walden is very savvy and politically motivated executive, is putting the kind of personnel in place to keep Disney in the kind of place where they can quickly pivot back. After all, the pendulum could shift in both electoral power and Wall Street influence in just another political cycle. That's right, we've got the midterms coming up. Good thing Walden also controls Disney's ABC News to point in that direction. But there you go. This comes to us from WDW Pro. Someone else that I'm hoping to see this week. I'm 99% sure that I will. Let us once again get back to what you all are saying here. You haven't heard Shakespeare until you've heard it in the original Klingon. That's right. Tachba, tachbe. I once recited the entire To Be or Not to Be soliloquy in Klingon. I don't have it memorized. I don't even have it all memorized in English. How about original Elizabethan English? Hearing that is quite the treat. There's some linguists who have recreated it. Yeah, I've actually seen some videos about that. I think it was a video specifically about the what's the name of that theater that restored Shakespearean theater in England? I forget. But they were talking about the people trying to keep alive the history and tradition of Shakespeare. What Sherlock Holmes episodes do you plan on running a week from today? I don't remember. I've got to check that again. Tonight, of course, is The Veiled Lodger. That's a special one that I've put together that is scheduled for the regular time tonight. I do not remember which episode is next. I've been kind of busy trying to get all the streams ready for you guys this week, not just Sherlock Holmes. I have a teacher friend who had her students do a paper on Shakespeare. She ran it through the AI filter, and all the papers got flagged. Not really surprised at all. Oh yeah, speaking of O'Connell, happy St. Patrick's Day. There you go. Fair enough. This is going to be another Bud Light and Cracker Barrel. She's going to do something majorly stupid, and she's going to step down. I'm not so sure about the going to step down, but yeah, I'd wager money on her doing something majorly stupid that's gonna have us all talking in about a year or so. So, in other words, O'Connell is nothing more than a mouthpiece for the extreme leftist wackos who will be working for the various homosexual organizations in spite of traditional moral standards. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. GLSEN also is trying to push through legislation to make it legal for schools and teachers to hide things from parents about their kids. That one's going to be a very challenging one. And I see, even if any kind of legislation like that passes, that is going to trigger all kinds of constitutional challenges. Absolutely. I don't think that kind of a law can be done legally speaking. You would have to you would literally have to strip away all of a parent's rights as parents. That ain't gonna fly. But I understand the concern. Off to Paris tomorrow at this time. Waiting for a flight at this time tomorrow. Well, you and I both traveling. You're going to Paris. I'm going to Florida. So take care of yourself, Tim, and be safe. Yes, the Globe Theatre. That's what it is. The new Globe Theatre in London. That's the one that I meant. Yes, absolutely. Right when Troy was commenting on Ben Crystal, a bunch of ads showed up. Ben Crystal? Did I say something about Ben Crystal? Okay. But anyway, I'm sorry about the ads, but guys, I don't have the kind of support where I could turn off ads. I don't think I actually can turn off ads. If I turn off ads, I think YouTube just makes money on it. But like I said at the top of the show, I've lost members. Even some of my founding members don't think I'm worth 15 cents a day. So please don't begrudge me the fractions of pennies that I get from these ads. Otherwise, I get no money coming in. You know. And we have politicians who emigrate here, become citizens, and then try to take our constitutional rights away. First Amendment, Second Amendment. Yeah, exactly right. Netter, pinch Troy for me. He's not wearing any green. Yeah, I totally forgot that it was. Well, you don't know what I'm wearing below my waist. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Connie. And Outlaw Bill, how you doing? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a minute. They have laws like that right now in California. Yeah, California is really angling to destroy itself, and everybody who has a problem with it is moving away. Taking their tax dollar with them, of course. Happening opening March Madness Day to those who keep score. Yeah, not a big sports guy, but absolutely for those that are. There you go. There you go. Yeah, anybody who's not monetized is still got ads showing up on their channel, and they're not even benefiting from that. I wasn't complaining, just making light of the situation. I get it. You're very much in the minority, Jamie Lynn. Disney is a very evil company. They really are. The Disney that you loved historically does not exist any longer. It just doesn't. Well, keep an eye on my comment section, the community tab here on YouTube. I will be talking about my itinerary and where I'm going to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You'll have plenty of opportunities to meet me if you're paying attention. I will be at MegaCon on Friday. I will be at Epic Universal on Saturday. So if you are in the area and you want to meet up with us, probably the best way to meet up with us is if Friday you go to the Geeks and Gamers get together at Universal. you can get the tickets through MegaCon. I don't know if they still have tickets, but definitely. I think if you have to be a natural-born citizen to run for president and vice president, I think that should be the same across all political institutions. I agree. There is absolutely zero reason, and well, I would say the same thing for term limits. If you're going to put a term limit on the president, there should be a term limit on the executive branch as well. Troy, I should be getting a new debit card today or tomorrow. I understand. I appreciate it. I'm not monetized, and every time I check my channel, I have to sit through commercials. There are options. Just saying. Can't talk about them on a stream, but we'll talk. Yeah, I get the idea of loving your enemy and not. But let's be honest. We're not talking about a human being here. We're talking about a non-human corporation. Corporations do not deserve any love. Even the good ones don't deserve any kind of love. They just are a machine, and they don't deserve any love. They deserve to have money withheld from them when they do bad, and only be reinforced when they do good. Right, you said that. Natural born citizen is more than being born here. Vattel wrote about blood and soil in Laws of Nations. I agree with you, but we got to get through the letter of the law before we can start addressing the spirit of the law, right? Or the words. It's not really a law. Well, I guess it is a law. Yeah, it is. I would suggest that if you want to have any good Disney, it has to be old DVDs from the 1990s and earlier. Yeah, exactly. It is being born here to two citizen parents, but we learned in the birther days there are quite a few Republicans that don't make the cut. Look, this is not a partisan thing, right? I love that whenever someone on the left side of the aisle tries to own you. Well, if that happens, then the Republicans are going to suffer too. And I go, good. See, unlike, some people on the other side of the aisle, well, and a lot of people on this side of the aisle, am intellectually honest, right? What's right is right. It doesn't matter if you have a D or an R, in your voting history, I have a rare DVD, Song of the South. I have created a Blu-ray myself of Song of the South, including, editing in previously excised scenes from Song of the South. Okay, guys. That's it. I got to wrap this up because I really do have to get the stream up for Monday so that I can get on the road. I need to get going. So again, everybody, thank you so much for being here today. Check out the community tab so that you can see where I'm going to be. So those of you in Florida, Jamie Lynn.
Me.
Yep.
I'm good.
Get up off of what you're sitting on. Thank you. You're crushing them. There we go.
Yeah.
And so Jamie Lynn and anyone else who's in the Florida area, make sure you keep an eye on our community tab, and you can see where we'll be and how you can meet up with us. Like I said, the Geeks and Gamers get together is a ticket cost, but I'm sure there's going to be other dinners and stuff we're going to be doing Wednesday night and Saturday night and whatnot that you might be able to meet up with us. And you're out of breath, aren't you?
Yeah, I literally just finished packing, packed the car. All I gotta do is pack the coolers and we're ready to go.
Well, and like I said, I got to get the stream up and running. Thank you so much, Nate. $2. Bon voyage. Have fun. Keep it legal. We'll do our absolute best. Yeah, especially from what I understand, driving through Georgia. Got to be very, very careful.
Do the speed limit.
Netter, hurry, pinch Troy quick before he shuts off the stream. He's not wearing green. Well, neither. Well, no, actually, she got a little bit of green. She got green on it.
Yeah, I got green.
A little bit of
Which
green.
way? There we go. And my B for be kind.
Be kind. It's really not that hard. Okay, guys, thank you so much.
Oh, well, I don't have to pinch him. He's not Irish. I'm Irish.
My dad claimed to be Irish, but he really
wasn't Irish.
He really was just hillbilly. That's all he was.
I am Irish.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much. There's going to be streams, at least clips, all week. Tune in for Sherlock Holmes later tonight, which is pre-recorded, but it's. I hope you like it. I put a lot of work into it. Put a lot of work into this channel, guys. So I will. Yeah. So we'll be back to more live streams. I'm not sure 100% about Members Night at the Movies. I'm going to do my best if I'm home in time. And it'll be something random that I pull. And but definitely starting Tuesday, we'll be back on track. So take care, my friends. Have a great one. Stay healthy, stay hydrated, and salute. Take care. Outro.
Goodbye. Hope to see you again real soon.
So here's to the daylight, the drinks and the fun, our liquid lunch, till the next one comes. With a wink and a smile, we'll be back real soon, chasing that jazz under the high noon.